am Grump, I'm not so Grump, and we're the Game Grumps.
Okay, welcome back to Dan Avedon Learns About His Own Life via Wikipedia. Okay, so we've moved on to the career section. 2003 to 2008, the Northern Hues and Sky Hill. Okay, so those years are correct. In response to a Craigslist ad in late 2003, it would actually be 2002, late 2002. Avedon joined the indie rock band The Northern Hues, a Philadelphia-based group created in early 2002. Yeah, there you go. How would I have responded to the Craigslist ad of the band I formed a year later? Composed of Aaron Brand, Jeff Rains, Alex Yacker, Justin Early, and Ian Creech. Yep, Aaron Brand and Jeff Rains were the two guys I started the group with. Aaron lived in Edison. Edison, New Jersey. And so we practiced there and kind of got to know each other and got to play together. And then we moved down to Philly after maybe like 5 or 6 months of doing that. And that's where we met Alex. Justin, I've never called him Justin. He's just Jay Early, and Ian Creech. Like that band slowly formed of just working our way through people, like just various musicians we found in different places. Although that was not the final lineup. Ian Creech left and he was replaced by our drummer Darren, who is a good dude. And I believe his nephew is a GameGrumps fan. Oh. So if that's correct and you're listening, hello.
That's very sweet.
Yeah. Avedon acted as the group's lead singer and songwriter. I would not say that. I was the lead singer. The songwriting was communal. I would say a lot of the bass ideas were done by Alex, like a lot of the basic music ideas. And then I would write sort of like the lyrical stuff and the melodies and things. Or like the vocal melodies rather. And provided most of the band's lyrics while staying in northern New Jersey. Nope, not true. I had already moved to Philly by that point.
Wow.
Yep. They released one self-titled EP.
But where are these cited? If 20 is a citation, how's that?
Wolf Tales.
What?
Copa Lincoln Community College.
Did you do like a talk at a community college?
I did not. What in the world is that? Let's find out.
Yeah, you can.
This?
Yes. Oh no.
No.
It's the one with the arrow next to it.
Okay.
Lead Daniel Avedon.
Denver Muck.
It's a web archive.
I don't know. Maybe I said something and it just wasn't clear from the way I said it, like on one of the shows.
It seems like you may have been interviewed by a college, and then this is what they like published.
I don't remember this. What the heck is this?
It's written by Denver Moak. I think you already said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is this? Well, apparently you said you're a swell guy, so that's
well,
nice.
I think you're a swell guy, Denver. Yeah, I don't know.
Wait. Danny is a swell guy who encourages his fans to stay positive and is just an overall great person to be around, despite the songs he writes. What?
Yeah, maybe he means that, like, I'm not, like, a crazy person who, like, writes crazy songs. I'm, like, a normal person that writes crazy songs.
I see.
And maybe support him in the even more immature GameGrumps. That's great.
Oh,
I wonder
boy.
what the heck this is. Yeah, no idea. But it's completely possible. I did an interview. And
it didn't seem. I think it was just somebody wrote an article about
yeah,
you.
it certainly seems that way as well. Oh well. But yeah, so that's slightly a mistake there. They released one self-titled EP and one live track recorded in early 2005 at World Cafe Live in Philadelphia. Oh, I think the live track, if they're talking about the live track that's on the end of the EP, that was recorded in 2004 at a place called Pianos in New York. Although we did play World Cafe Live in Philly and who knows, maybe a track got released from that. Yeah, geez. In mid-2005, the band split up. Avedon attributes the separation to spending years in a band that went nowhere due to lack of planning and focus. Maybe I did say that. I would not say that was the reason we split up. I would say it was much more personality conflicts and that old like creative differences idea. Like it was just, by that point, it was like an unwieldy thing of 6 people that wanted to do different things.
Yeah, that's tough with that many cooks in the kitchen.
For sure. But yeah, I mean, there was lack of planning and focus, but lack of planning kind of makes it sound like we knew what needed to be done, but like we just didn't execute it. Like we had no idea like how to gain attention as a band or anything like that. But yeah, that it was very sad, but also a great relief when that band ended, because I think it's fair to say that very few people were having fun at that point.
That's a good enough reason for me.
Yeah, seriously. In the winter of 2006, Avedon teamed up with Peter Lennox to form a Brooklyn-based alternative pop duo named Skyhill. True. Again, Avedon acted as lead singer and songwriter. Songwriter is that gives me too much credit. Like Pete wrote most of the music, if not all of the music, and I would write vocal melodies and lyrics. And the group released one full album, Run with the Hunted, on May 16th, 2007. Wow, they have an exact date for that, huh?
Was that the date?
That makes sense. It was in 2007. Because we wrote it and recorded it in 2006, and it came out the following year. Still proud of that album. I think that band really could have been something if Pete wanted it. They toured New York in early 2008 before eventually separating due to creative differences. I wouldn't say it was creative. I think Pete just wasn't feeling it. But it, like, creatively, we were always good together. Like we always wrote songs and thought, like, when one of us had an idea and he thought it was good, almost always the other guy thought it was good. You know, there's very little like, nah, that sort of thing.
That's rare.
Yeah, it was a good thing. Brian and I have a very similar kind of dynamic.
Yeah.
On October 7th, 2015, Avedon and Lennox reunited to release the single Firefly, acclaim for the band's maturing in both lyrics and sound over their previous album.
That was 2015?
Isn't that amazing? Well, yeah, that's correct, because it's funny because the Run with the Hunted was a breakup album. Like it was, the lyrics were me dealing with like this very painful breakup I'd just gone through. And then Pete and I hadn't talked for a long time, and then we reconnected, and it was totally cool. And in 2015, I had just gone through another like super painful breakup, like the other like kind of big one of my life. And so when he was like, let's write another Skyhill song, I was like, perfect, I'm in the mood for it, you know? And so that's what that song was. And I was quite proud of that one. I thought like we had both gotten better at what we'd done, or what we brought to the table.
Oh yeah, that's a fucking beautiful song.
Well, thank you, Aaron. So Avedon has stated Skyhill may start new projects in the future. Yeah, sure. Like I did like a minute ago. But as of July 2018, nothing has been announced. Yeah, and nothing's in the works either. It is completely up to Pete, who is not, doing music for a living, and I don't even know how high it is on his list of like chill time priorities, But if he ever wants to, he knows that I'm into it because I like him and I like the music we make. So that's Skyhill. 2009 to present, Ninja Sex Party.
Yeah.
Hey. Here's another picture that I wish would go away. I mean, it's not a huge deal. It's just that you can see the whole of my dick, like in that spandex. That was before I started wearing a cup, and I'm just like, man, there's all the parts. Like, there's the boober, and here is the shaft area, and like here are the balls. So if anyone wants to replace that picture, I sure would be grateful.
There's another picture. It should just go away.
Yeah, there's a lot of many more recent Ninja Sex Party pictures, which would be a lot cooler to put in there.
Yeah.
Okay. In 2008, Avedon began studying storytelling and improv at the Upright Citizens Brigade Theater in New York under the guidance of Margot Lightman, and had conceptualized the possibility of a new musical project. Okay, so all that's technically true. Storytelling was the course that Margot Lightman taught. Improv was taught by other teachers. Doug Moe, Eliza Skinner did musical improv. Shit, I wish I could remember these names better. Oh fuck, who's the guy who became Gabe on The Office?
Oh, I don't know his name.
The really tall guy.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, I can't remember his name. He was one of my teachers too. He was so cool, and I'm embarrassed that I can't remember his name. Sorry, dude. But yeah, Margot Lightman was a fantastic teacher for storytelling. And yeah, by that point I was starting to think about something like Ninja Sex Party. And I actually just talked about this on a podcast with the guys who do Steve Lichman. But we were talking about why I went into comedy, and I mentioned that like my heart was so broken after Sky Hill split up, because like I really thought that one could go somewhere, you know? And then I went into comedy because like I liked it. I liked comedy a little bit less than music, and it was nice to put time and energy into something where the stakes didn't feel like they were so insanely high.
Yeah.
You know? So that's initially why I went into comedy. And then when Lonely Island and Flight of the Conchords came out right around that time, or I got introduced to them, then it occurred to me that like comedy music could actually be cool music. And I was like, oh, comedy music, you know? That could do both, you know? And then I started thinking about Ninja Sex Party. In need of a producer, Avedon was introduced to Brian Wecht, the musical director of another troupe, by mutual friends at the theater in early 2009. I wouldn't agree with the phrasing of that sentence. I was just looking for another like band member, like someone who could do music. You know, guitar or keyboard would have worked, you know. But I wasn't looking for a producer, and Brian's not a producer. He's a musician. And the musical director of another troupe. So what he was doing was there were musical improv groups, lots of them floating around, and he would be hired as a piano player for their groups, which is a testament to how talented he is, because with improv music, you have to know like every style, you know? So it's like, this moment calls for a bossa nova song, or this moment calls for a rock song, and he could just play anything off the top of his head. We were introduced by Julie Katz, who was the girl in the Decision music video, and also the Next to You music video. Great lady. Avedon had already chosen the name Ninja Sex Party after Everybody's Three Favorite Things, and worked together with Wecht to create characters to represent the band. Yeah, that's technically true. That doesn't give Brian as much credit as he deserves, you know, because like I knew like I wanted like the partner, quote unquote, to be a ninja that was silent, but like he brought so much to like the silent character, you know. So yeah, I feel it was definitely 50-50. They eventually settled with Danny Sexbag as Avedon's character, and Ninja Brian as Wecht's. Yeah, that's true. I mean, we were going to call the ninja whatever his name was going to be. Like if a guy named Jeff had joined the band, he would have been Ninja Jeff, you know?
Yeah.
But Brian was perfect because it's such a white guy name, you know, and like it just sounded ridiculous. And Danny Sexbang, as we've said a few times before, the original name was Danny Sweetnuts, which started as like the name that I would give my characters in Guitar Hero. But then it was changed to Danny Sexbang when we started the band because it sounded more explosive, exciting.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but I Just Want to Dance.
Yep.
Which was the first video that you released?
Yes.
So the story is that you were both ninjas.
Yes.
But you gave up the ninja lifestyle because you just wanted to dance.
Yes, correct.
Is that still like the lore or?
Yeah, sure. Why not? I mean, the amazing thing about our fans is that they're so creative and so dedicated that like they've managed to like retcon all the random stupid shit we've said throughout the years just to be funny into like one cohesive storyline. But it's very much like Zelda. It's just like we were going like thing by thing, and,
right.
and then like later someone was like, I think I can make this work.
Right.
You know? So yeah. The duo first gained popularity by performing as a musical guest on Lightman's improvisational comedy show Strip Stories. That's true. Our first show was in the Upright Citizens Brigade Theater in Chelsea, which I don't think exists anymore, which is a shame, although they probably moved to a nicer place. And yeah, that was very exciting because that was even in that jokey first show where we only did 2 songs. We did Accept My Shaft, which ended up on the first album, and a song that like was so shitty it didn't even make it to the first album called Taint Nothing. About a girl's taint. And like that was very exciting because like the response was so boisterous and fun in a way that like I had almost never experienced with years of being in Sky Hill and the Northern Hues. Inspired by The Lonely Island and Flight of the Conchords, still true, still hold those 2 groups in enormously high regard. And I don't know if they know about us, but I hope they do, and I hope they enjoy what we do, as opposed to like seeing it and just thinking like, what a fucking crock, these assholes just doing our thing. But I love them. The band is about a Jewish superhero who wears a unitard with his best friend who is a ninja, and together they sing songs about dicks and try to hit unsuccessfully on women. Yeah, it's pretty close.
Yeah.
It's kind of grown since then, but that's certainly like the initial mission statement.
Your band was like a sitcom, like a low concept sitcom with high concept ideas.
Yeah.
And then as it goes on, it delves further and further away from the original concept.
Well, yeah, because like when we started, we didn't intend on doing YouTube stuff. We were just going to be like, we were going to try to do a show like Flight of the Conchords and like try to sell it to whoever. But then we started putting out YouTube videos, and that's what kind of hit. And then we were like, oh, maybe we could just be a band. Like maybe we could actually just be a cool band. And then it's in the past few years, the focus has become much more on the music, and less on like the ridiculousness of the comedy.
Right.
But like I'd say that stayed at the same level, but like the music level is raised, which is exciting.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, as much as I love like the Sacred Chalice, it's that's what it's called, right?
Mm-hmm.
It seems like it would be a weird thing to produce now. It's not super on brand.
Yeah.
Although I would love it if it was.
And like if we did it now, it would be much closer to what we'd envisioned in our heads at the time.
Yeah.
You know, like we just didn't know how to pull stuff like that off. But
that's what made it fucking great.
Yeah, you know, like I can look back at all the NSP stuff and be like, okay, and Northern Hues and Sky Hill too, like with all their like deficiencies in certain areas. I'm like, that is the absolute best I could do at the time, you know? So that's good enough. The group has released several studio albums and singles, many of the latter of which have charted on Billboard. That's true and very exciting. As of 2018, they've released 3 studio albums, 2 cover albums, and are producing a 4th studio album called Cool Patrol. Yes, out August 17th, everybody. Yeah, but that I guess that hasn't been put on Wikipedia yet, but that's really soon. The band has Also appeared in various film festivals, including South by Southwest, Dragon Con, and the LA Comedy Shorts Festival. Those are true too, although I don't believe the LACS still exists, sadly.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was fun though. I think they ran for about 6 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, not bad. Pretty accurate.
Yeah, I'm actually
Wikipedia.
kind of excited for you that you got to correct a bunch of stuff.
Oh
'Cause
yeah.
that's what I wanted to do in my video, but everything was pretty accurate. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh. Well.
Yeah. Well.
I think it's just because you had a more interesting life than I did.
You think that's what it is?
There's a lot more like details to get right. Whereas with me, it's just like I released a bunch of videos that are all public, so there's not much you can get wrong about that.
Oh, that makes sense. I would not say your life has been short of interesting though.
Well,
Like,
it only got interesting once I met you.
oh, you stop, you silly goose. All right, we love you, and we'll finish this little trilogy series tomorrow on GameGrumps.
Yay.
Goodbye then.
Bye.
I'm learning so much. Boy, I hope someone replaces that picture of my dick with not a more obvious picture of my dick.
It's gonna be like a worse picture.